collection. And there we are.
I believe this is my second game in the Hector.
Now,
I tried like a normal build for the first game, but this game I tried a IFHG build with no superintendent.
all right. Now, this is a pretty insane looking ship. I mean, it's a tier 9. You've got basically like lightning turrets, the tier 8 destroyer lightning. And you've got 4 duels up at the front and 3 duels in the back, right?
Mm-hmm. I think they're actually Dido turrets. They're pretty unique.
Yeah, they might be. I think you're right.
133s, yeah, 133s.
Okay, so you said you are you running IFHE on this?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I thought like maybe I'd see, you know, a cruiser or two, and maybe like a tier 7 battleship.
Gotcha. I forgot to hit the damn ad break manually again, so ugh. So you are in a top tier game,
Yep.
and as SAT score says, IFHE raises penetration to 27 millimeter. Now 27 means that you can hit, like, you can penetrate Des Moines armor, because that's 27.
Maybe, if I hit the bowens or stern.
Correct. It's useful for tier 9 and below cruisers, questionable versus battleships, right? And we got the Dirty Water song. Cheers, everybody. Thank you all for hanging around still after our tournament. Simboto, I need to replay your subscription event because it's awesome.
Yeah, so I was just warning my team about the Santander, which is the tier 9 Pan American cruiser.
Ah,
'Cause
okay.
it has radar.
Does it? It's a test ship, so I can't really comment on it.
No, they released the dev block, I think.
Yeah, I know.
And it also
but
has the pure AP, I believe, like Minotaur.
Yeah, I don't really read the dev blogs anymore, just because with all the testing stuff I get into, the last thing I need is to accidentally say something that's NDA that wasn't NDA, or that wasn't, you know, whatever. But it feels like the ship is kind of like a miniature Colbert in a sense, huh?
Yeah, definitely. It's a little gimped, I would say. The DPM isn't too impressive, but it will get the job done.
Well, she
32
did.
months of Zath making me feel like his pupils. Should I do the adult thing and do work for my
that,
studies and my
Santander
job, or
absolutely
the responsible
smashed
thing and
Roland.
just watch Twitch and play games? I doubt month 33 will be different.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Dutch's message when he subbed. Thank you, Dutch, for the resub. Yeah, this ship was, I know, was pretty heavily nerfed just before release. So that's obviously pretty controversial. But we don't necessarily know if that means we're going to see a buff in her future, or, you know, if this is pretty much going to be the case. So we'll have to see. But she's a research bureau ship. Pretty expensive too, for that matter, right?
It's 46k. I guess it's like slightly more expensive than the Apollo. I think it's less expensive than the Siegfried. Is this the light cruiser? Not sure.
Now you are using your smoke, so you've got a couple minutes there.
I want to get angles on the Santander because he's from PN, really good player. And also,
Alright.
I need to kill him before his super heal gets back.
Fair enough.
Cyverac gifted a tier 1 sub to Kaiser_Sozi.
Cyverac, thank you for the gifted sub, dude. By the way, can you guys hear Patton okay in the Discord? Just want to double check. Alright, good. You're still in your smoke. I noticed that you're kind of creeping along. Yes, perfect. So, here's the problem. You don't know where the Minsk is.
I mean, I don't really care. It's Hydro. Sorry, its torps aren't that good.
No,
And I
they're
sort of
4
saw like
kilometer.
the shell tracers in the that smoke
Well-
there, so I thought it was okay.
So the reason I'm bringing that up is because if the Minsk wanted to, right, he could get within your gun bloom, which is 5.3
yeah.
kilometer, and then
Yeah,
he can
that-
just completely AP you off the board. That's what I was thinking about. Great Ghost, hey, welcome. Thank you very much for the raid, dude. Do I have my welcome thing up? Huh, I don't know where it went. Oh well.
So yeah, that Nagato is feeling the 27 millimeters of extra pen.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Oh man, great. I hope you had a good time casting King of the WoW's Classic. Man, I had some great games. Okay. Pause. Look at the minimap right now. What's happening on the minimap?
Yep. I
Forget the farming.
forgot about that.
It's standard battle. Forget the farming. As soon as somebody gets into your camp, you gotta go defend it.
Yeah, it took me a little while.
Fair enough.
Well, I didn't expect, like, you know, a turbo rush from the DD.
Let the Olin kill the carrier. Thanks, SCT. It's more points for you in the long run, right?
Yeah, true. I'm not gonna mall cop.
For those of you guys who just joined in, I'm Lord Zath, the North American community contributor. We just finished the Warships Classic stream, as I'm sure many of you guys were with Gray, and we're doing some replay analysis for, I don't know, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. We'll see. Pulled out the dirty water. We're looking at GS Patton's game right now, and the new hotness, the Hector. The Milky Resin game was insane. Oh, I wish I could have seen... Oh, wait, no, did I catch that one? I caught that one. Yeah, I caught that one. That was insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch a lot of those games.
Oh, me too. Me too. I'm gonna post them all to YouTube later. Probably work on that tomorrow. Alright, so why are you thinking about pushing up here?
I mean, everyone else is running, right? So I may as well try to get like a good kiting position.
Okay.
But if
So
they push back in, I can take advantage of it.
So the reason I'm asking is because pushing up here puts you under the guns of the Iowa, the Amagi, the Richelieu when you're detected. There's a carrier involved, so you can't really control your detection as well as you would like to. And SAT is kind of mentioning that right there in chat. Yeah, without the smoke, it also really feels bad.
Yeah, I guess I was counting on like my dodging skills. The battleships are pretty damn far away, so I felt like I could take a chance and be angled enough when the CV does come back.
True. Now,
I saw the CV focus the Massachusetts, so I felt like I could take a risk, do something, because we weren't really doing too hot.
No, you're not. And going off by yourself isn't going to help too much, in my opinion, at least in the situation. Iowa, Richelieu, Amagi, if they all turn around, which it looks like they might be doing right now, what's going to stop them from just pushing you?
I mean, I thought I would have my smoke back when I reached this island. So, like, I could have, like, multiple levels of concealment / cover.
Now, you opened up your guns, and I think you did that way prematurely. I think you'd be better off waiting until your smoke is available, and then opening up. Amagi, Iowa, Richelieu, Rune can all shoot you from there. And you did take some damage. Wasn't catastrophic.
Yeah.
But, in my opinion, there's no need to open yourself up to taking that kind of damage for really no gain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I guess I just was sick of them just running away. I wanted to get some damage on them.
Well, the thing is that they turn south, and then the battleship is a fickle creature because they move in schools like fish. I mean, if you look at it, look at the Iowa and the Amagi. They were both looking south, and then they saw you, and then they just decided to leave. And the problem with that is, you got nobody to shoot now, except I guess the Omano. What's with the Hydro here?
Amano torps.
So if the Amano torps you, obviously the torps aren't going to get to you right away. These aren't railgun torpedoes. It'd be kind of funny if there was such a thing. At that range, it'll be a couple of minutes before those torps even hit you. And by then, you're probably going to be out of smoke and you'll be moving.
Yeah, I guess.
This rune is a big
I
threat.
suspected the rune was gonna sneak up on me. Yeah, so this is a tactic that I figured out pretty early. The fact that we have like a crawling smoke right means you can like actually kite away at full speed.
Yes, it
Rune
is.
isn't
That's
gonna
correct.
hydro me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can still get like 6 of my guns on him.
That's right. This is a very good
Occasionally.
use. Very good use of your crawling smoke. Unfortunately, you just got detected. That's probably the Minsk on your side that's detecting you.
Yeah. Not anymore. I put the island between.
Yeah, you swung for the border, and the Minsk is going away from you, so that helps too. Dump your torpedoes. You might as well.
I wanted to wait for him to commit, I think.
And then I would probably switch to the other side and dump your torps on the other side too. Just because, what else are you doing with them?
I was switching to the other side because I didn't want to get pinned to the border and slowed down.
That too, right.
Smoke screen set.
Okay, so that's the Amono detecting you.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately for you, the rune really can't chase that well because he only has one turret on the bow and that's it. So aside from secondaries and stuff, you know. But now you're in this massive running gunfight. If he's gonna give you broadside AP, there you go, you got it. What did you just DCP? Was that a fire?
No, I wanted to get my turrets off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
one needs to like kill him as ASAP. I think it was
Yeah.
worth like getting a fire.
Okay, because a permanent, you don't have a heal, so if that becomes a permanent fire, that, ouch. Okay. Oh, it was engine. Okay, then yes, DCP it. I'm sorry, I did not notice what was broken. If it's turret, I probably wouldn't DCP it.
All stations retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be able to move though.
Fair enough.
Get back.
Okay, so now what I would do is I would head straight for the island here. I would head straight for this island, guns to the left, so you can take advantage of that Omano when he pops up. There he is. Now you heading this direction makes it easier for the Omano to deal with you because he's already looking that way with his turrets. If you're heading northward, guns to your left, then he'd have to decide, does he go after you or does he go after the Azuma? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. But I think I thought I was too far in the flank. I need to get to the middle in case
Okay.
yeah, that thing in the middle happens.
Yep. The other thing, too,
So-
of course, is you give more room for being torped by the Omano. Askans, hey, thank you very much for the raid. Sorry, we've been having a discussion here. This is the brand new hotness, the Hector. Welcome aboard to Raiders. And I hope you had a really great stream, Askans.
Yeah, it basically felt like I needed to like get to the middle ASAP, and it didn't matter if I took damage from the Omono.
So,
Those things don't really do much damage anyways.
true. At this point, there's two things I'm noticing, right? One is, you know, you're going this way, but you don't have anything to shoot at because the Omano's on the other side of the island. Again, if you were going due north, you'd be shooting at him. Two,
Yeah,
the
probably.
Minsk is coming right for your cap.
Mm-hmm. Second time, in fact, this game. Both
Right.
destroyers made a beeline for the standard battle cap.
Yep, and Lexington is in the same spot he was when he was caught out the first time by that destroyer.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. SAT, I love it. Mission updated. Kill the CV.
It's
Max
an
battle, thanks for the
indomitable.
follow.
It's actually not that easy.
He's quite low, though.
Well, unfortunately, we're not going to get much spotting because the CV's currently occupied.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling the Gascon to get back and help, but I think he had some farming to do, I guess. I don't know.
So, yeah, that's the hard part is, you know, when you're in a situation where you can control yourself, but you can't control your teammate, if you're asking them to do something and they're not doing it, you ultimately have to make that decision. Do you go back and do it yourself, or do you just hope that what you were trying to do works out, you know?
Yeah, true.
Armored Prayer, Oskan's had a really good stream, sprinted in the qualifications for gold in the Orcon. Nobody is in gold to qualify against. Oh, wow. Nicely done.
Problem solved.
A mono dies.
Ends in 5
Yeah. So at this point, my main plan was just get into the cap and try and smoke up and maybe make up the points difference.
So
'Cause, I don't think we were gonna kill any one of those guys like hiding off the map.
the only way to make that work is if you go straight for your home, or you have your Zuma go. As SAT said, now's a good opportunity to tell your Azuma to go back. And it looks like he's doing
Yeah,
just
he
that.
was, but he was like Bowin in like that like jackknife kind of island, so
Mm-hmm.
couldn't really like do much.
No, the important thing is that as long as that Minsk is detected, the Lexington can at least drop him. And you don't care if the Lexington lives or dies. What you care about, frankly, is that the Minsk keeps getting reset. That buys enough time for your teammate to go in. Standard cap, it's what, 2.5 minutes? That's a lot of time.
Yep. Yeah, I smoked up here because I was taking too much punishment.
Yeah, you were concerned because you've got Iowa and Amagi hitting you. The problem with that is
I'm not gonna have
nobody's
enough time.
nobody's there to spot for you. The Gascon is there, and if you're lucky, the enemy battleships will shoot him. But if you look at where the Gascon is, he's literally coming up your butt. To the point where I might actually stop in reverse just to ensure that the Gascon takes the lead in front of you.
Yeah, but I just really wanted to get in that cap though. I thought that was the only way we could get the battleships to like come back or something, and like
Them
maybe
coming
make
back-
up the points.
Yeah, them coming back doesn't really matter too much right now. What matters more is getting that kill on the Iowa.
Yeah, but the Iowa's not like committing, right? Also
No,
has
he's
that
not.
pretty improved heal, so I don't know.
And right,
Mm.
but that's what I'm saying. That's the problem in your current situation. How can you make
Yeah.
the battleships commit, right?
I was a little bearish on like any kills at this moment.
Well, I mean, at this point, you got 2.5 minutes left in the battle, so you really can't afford to spend too much time in your smoke right now.
Yeah, true.
As SAT said, if you're trying to do this, you're in a position where you're forced to pretty much hold your smoke until you get into the cap. Now you're going to get into the cap when you need it the most, and it's not available. So what that means, and look, there's a Riga who's got radar. So what that means is basically, you got to play the long game. You got to play to get them to shoot you. Oh, good, the Amagi got bombed. That's helpful.
Yeah, I kind of abandoned the push to the cap once I realized the CV was gonna focus me, and I was kind of hoping he would focus like Kazuma or something, but I don't know. Didn't think I could dodge the Iowa for like a minute and a half when I get into the cap.
I love how that Amagi said goodbye. Ah, there goes your
Unfortunately,
gas
our
gun.
gas cone dies. So
Yeah, quite quickly, for that matter. Oh well. So, 1 minute left. And SAT is exactly right. You're kind of stuck in a position where you're going to lose in 1 minute and 10 seconds unless you can make something happen. Leaving the cap isn't going to be it.
yeah, I kind of realized that, but like me dying there, we had like a remote chance to kill the Riga, and maybe the CV pops back.
If
Yeah,
you
that
weren't
happens.
if you weren't behind the island. The problem is you got behind the island. You had no way to shoot the Riga. Who's going to shoot the Riga if he's detected?
No, the CV.
So you're
Thought the
depending.
Riga was like pretty. Yeah, CV was pretty competent. And the Riga
So,
is on an
yeah.
island, so he should land a few torps.
Okay. But what I'm getting at is you're depending there on somebody doing something that you hope is going to happen. And with 30 seconds left in the game, you just simply don't have the luxury of hoping against hope, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, true, but the Iowa was like going at a really bad angle for me to get into the cap. He was gonna have my broadside.
Uh-huh.
I think so. I was just felt like if I die, we definitely lose, but maybe we pull off a
Wow.
few kills. Yeah.
The Lexington torpedoed the Indomitable to get the win at the last second.
Lexington
Wow.
was MVP,
I'll say,
definitely.
let me take a look at that render. And that's interesting because when you saw him playing earlier, right? There were so many
Mhm.
times when he was just kind of sitting there. Oh, I never did the renders for this. Damn. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
Lexington
some
took 2 charging destroyers like a champ.
right, exactly. But he was positioned where he was positioned. I just didn't think that he was going to be able to make that work. And then to also come back and get those kills was awesome. I mean, like totally not expected. Now, the big thing I think is, oh come on, hold on, I gotta wait for this rendering. The big thing though I think is you had that opportunity to push up that 910 line. You kind of
Mhm.
did, and then you stopped and turned around,
Yeah.
and then they didn't chase you. I mean, you were trying to get them to go into, you were trying to get them to play your game, but it
Mhm.
didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I think maybe a secondary idea was to just go through the middle once I killed the Santander
So
instead of like pushing back up.
the thing about a standard battle is that the closer you are to middle, the more impact you have on the battle itself. When you're
Mhm.
all the way out on the flanks, if nobody else is there, then it's kind of like a feels bad moment because what can you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, that replay is still rendering. Sorry about that. I thought I had it ready to go, but I did not.
Yeah, but still, I was still playing the Hector. I think I was trying to play it like a Colbert, just trying to dodge everyone and hoping I don't get death struck.
You were
But it
playing
really
it like
doesn't.
a. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of like a Colbert, but it's not.
You're not French. You're not good at running.
It's a Colbert that
True.
just happens to have smoke, right?
Yeah.
All right, I think I got it. Yes. Let me drop my camera for a sec. So I thought your initial deployment was good. You went for a position that allowed you to shoot at a target that would probably crawl up to that typical island position.
Hmm.
SAT, I agree with you. It's a very good game. There's moments to be outskilling and there's moments to be smoking, and I think you flipped your second smoke coming up here.
Yeah.
If if the Nagato and the Amagi would have committed to firing to coming south, I think you would have been in a fine position. Um,
Hmm.
Unfortunately, they didn't. They were timid and they ran away.
Yeah. So I was kind of frustrated. I don't wanted them to fire and maybe reveal their positions, and then I can smoke up. But I
Yeah,
guess on hindsight, that wasn't really worth it.
no. And generally, I mention this a lot with playing carriers, but you want to be careful not to force things. So, like right up here, you're about to open up with your guns north of this island. And when you do that, you have really no way to retreat because you're north of that island. You can't duck really behind that. I mean, you can, it just takes you a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Richelieu takes off. The Amagi is like, I don't feel like being farmed today. I kind of don't blame him. Iowa runs away.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, all that's left is that rune. And you did a really nice job here using that smoke against that rune and preventing him from doing what he wanted to do, which is basically just sneak up on you and hydro push you. So I thought that was really well done. Gascon helped you there, killing the rune.
Hmm.
So there, if you would have gone north, Right here. Here's what I'm talking about. So imagine if you went north for a minute. What would you have run into? You would have possibly run into the carrier. You would have definitely run into the Amano earlier. And
Yeah.
that could have given you more flexibility to then move throughout the battlefield.
Maybe, because like then the battleships would be all in a line, right? Instead of like
Correct.
having crossfires.
Correct.
Yeah, probably.
Instead you came out closer to the battleships, the Iowa and the Amagi, than you probably prefer. And there's the Gascon, and we'll watch him disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that guy just got farmed out by the Indom.
Well, and you can look at this. He was forced to go bow into the Iowa, and then he showed a broadside to the Amagi. Then he was forced to kind of
Yeah.
go bow into the Amagi, shows a broadside to the Iowa. He put himself into a position where he couldn't really deal with both battleships. They were at a 90-degree angle to him. So that's a feels bad moment for him, but oh well.
Yeah, maybe if I went north, I could have had like cross shots on the Iowa.
If you went
Maybe like
north, yeah, I think so. The other
try
thing
and
too is
Stevie.
you might have nailed the carrier at the time. Who knows exactly where he ended up? We saw him on the other side of the map.
I didn't think I was gonna be fast enough.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sending in that replay, Pat. And that was actually a
Welcome.
very good replay to cover.